We all know that heroes come in many forms, but what if the hero you needed was hiding in plain sight? What if the person who sweeps the halls of your school or cleans the streets of your town had a secret past filled with bravery and skill? Would you recognize their true potential when danger strikes? In the quiet town of Sunnyvale, an unassuming janitor named John Smith is about to reveal his hidden strengths. When a notorious motorcycle gang, the Red Devils, starts causing trouble at Sunnyvale High School, John's past as a decorated Marine sniper comes to the forefront. With the safety of the students and the community at stake, John must confront his fears and use his combat skills to protect those he cares about. But will his bravery be enough to overcome the Red Devils and their dangerous plans? And what will the judge's analysis reveal about the complexities of justice and the true nature of heroism? This thought-provoking story will keep you on the edge of your seat, asking yourself, what does it truly mean to be a hero? And could there be a hero hiding in plain sight in your own life? This is a story that will inspire and captivate you, reminding you that true heroes can be found in the most unexpected places. Meet John Smith, a 72-year-old janitor at Sunnyvale High School. John might seem like your average janitor, sweeping the halls and mopping the floors, but he has a secret past. He was once a decorated Marine sniper, and his skills and bravery are about to be put to the test once again. John is determined, resourceful, and always ready to protect those he cares about. Joy Mark is a dedicated history teacher at Sunnyvale High School. She is passionate about her job and cares deeply for her students. When she learns about the Red Devils motorcycle gang causing trouble outside the school, she doesn't hesitate to warn John. Joy is brave, compassionate, and always looking out for the well-being of her students and the community. 𝗗𝗓𝗏𝗪𝗡𝗏𝗧𝗏 is the feared leader of the Red Devils motorcycle gang. He is known for his tough exterior and ruthless actions. Jake and his gang have been causing trouble in Sunnyvale, and their presence outside the high school is a threat to the students and the community. Jake is cunning, dangerous, and will stop at nothing to get what he wants. Mike is John's old friend from his Marine days. He is reliable and always ready to help. When Mike learns about the upcoming weapons shipment involving the Red Devils, he quickly informs John. Mike's intel is crucial in helping John gather information and stay one step ahead of the gang. He is loyal, trustworthy, and a valuable ally to John. Emily is a young student at Sunnyvale High School. She was always scared of the Red Devils and their presence at the school. But thanks to John's bravery, Emily now feels safe and happy. She looks up to John as a hero and is grateful for his protection. Emily is kind, grateful, and represents the hope and innocence of the students at Sunnyvale High School. The judge is a wise and thoughtful figure who reflects on the legal and moral implications of the events that transpired. He analyzes the actions of John Smith and the Red Devils, exploring themes of justice, fairness, and the rule of law. The judge provides insights into the complexities of legal decision-making and the impact of personal biases on judgments. He is fair, insightful, and committed to upholding the principles of justice. If you believe the silent sacrifices of those who protect us should not be ignored, subscribe to the channel. Only those who do not like the silent sacrifices of those who protect us will not subscribe. John Smith starts his day like any other. He sweeps the halls of Sunnyvale High School, just as he has done for years. The school is his second home, and he knows every corner of it. Today, though, something feels different. As he pushes his broom down the familiar corridors, he hears footsteps behind him. It's 𝗗𝗓𝗦𝗪𝗥𝗗𝗦, the history teacher. She looks worried. Joy tells John about something strange happening outside the school. There are people there who shouldn't be. They are called the Red Devils, a motorcycle gang known for causing trouble. They have been seen around town more often lately, and now they are right outside the school gates. This is not good news. The Red Devils are known for making trouble. They scare the students and sometimes even hurt them. The townspeople are worried about what they might do next. John knows that this could mean big problems for Sunnyvale. He feels a mix of fear and determination. He knows he has to do something to keep the students safe. As John listens to Joy, he thinks about all the kids in the school. He has watched many of them grow up over the years. He cares about them like they are his own family. The thought of the Red Devils hurting any of them makes him angry. He decides right then that he will not let that happen. John thanks Joy for the warning. He knows he has to be careful. The Red Devils are dangerous, and he doesn't want to put himself or anyone else in harm's way. But he also knows that he can't just stand by and do nothing. He has to find a way to protect the school and the town from this threat. With a heavy heart, John continues his work. But his mind is racing. He thinks about all the things he could do to keep the Red Devils away. He knows it won't be easy, but he is ready to face the challenge. The safety of the students and the town depends on it. As the day goes on, John keeps an eye out for any signs of the Red Devils. He knows they are out there, waiting for the right moment to strike. He has to be ready for them. He has to be brave. He has to be smart. He has to be the hero that Sunnyvale needs. The stage is set for a battle between good and evil. John Smith, the humble janitor, is about to take on the Red Devils, the feared motorcycle gang. The future of Sunnyvale High School and the town itself hangs in the balance. The story of John Smith and the Red Devils is just beginning. John continues his daily tasks, mopping the hallways of Sunnyvale High School. As he works, his mind drifts back to a different time. He remembers his days as a Marine sniper. He was good at his job, one of the best. He had seen many dangerous situations and always came out on top. Those skills might come in handy now. Suddenly, John's phone buzzes in his pocket. It's a message from Mike, an old friend from his Marine days. Mike has always been reliable, and his messages are never just casual chats. This time, Mike has important news. He tells John about a big shipment of weapons coming into town. The Red Devils are involved, and this shipment could mean big trouble for Sunnyvale. John's heart races as he reads the message. He knows that this is more than just a few bullies causing trouble. The Red Devils are planning something much bigger and more dangerous. He has to stop them before it's too late. As John puts his phone away, he hears laughter down the hall. But it's not the happy kind of laughter. It's the sound of someone being picked on. He walks quietly towards the noise and sees a group of Red Devils surrounding a scared student. They are pushing the student around and laughing at his fear. John feels a surge of anger. He wants to step in right away, but he knows he has to be smart about this. He watches from a distance, taking note of every detail. He sees the fear in the students' eyes and the cruel smiles on the faces of the gang members. He knows he has to put an end to this, not just for this student, but for the whole town. John realizes that the Red Devils' operations are much more extensive than he thought. They are not just bullies, they are a real threat. He thinks about the weapon shipment and the danger it poses. He knows he has to act fast. With a plan forming in his mind, John finishes his work for the day. He knows he has a lot to do. He has to gather more information, find allies, and come up with a strategy to take down the Red Devils. It won't be easy, but he is determined. As the day ends, John leaves the school with a new sense of purpose. He knows what he has to do, and he is ready to face whatever comes his way. The battle against the Red Devils is about to begin, and John Smith is ready to fight. John starts his new mission the very next day. He goes about his janitor duties as usual, but his mind is always on the Red Devils. He knows he has to be careful and smart. He can't let anyone know what he's really up to. He begins by watching the gang members closely. He sees where they go and what they do. He listens to their conversations when they think no one is around. He learns about their plans and their hideouts. Every piece of information is important. John also starts talking to people in town. He talks to the police, but he knows they can't do much without proof. He talks to other teachers and even some students. He finds out that the Red Devils have been causing more trouble than anyone realized. They have been stealing, hurting people, and even selling bad stuff to kids. One day, John sees something that makes his heart race. He sees the gang members loading boxes into a van. He knows these boxes are full of weapons. He remembers what Mike told him about the shipment. This is it. This is the proof he needs. John quickly takes pictures of the van and the gang members. He sends the pictures to the police. He hopes this will be enough for them to take action. But he knows he can't just wait around. He has to do more. He decides to follow the van. He keeps a safe distance, making sure they don't see him. The van drives out of town to an old warehouse. John watches as the gang members unload the boxes and take them inside. He knows this is their hideout. John's heart is pounding. He knows he has to be careful. He can't just rush in. He needs a plan. He thinks about all the things he learned as a Marine. He remembers how to stay hidden, how to move quietly, and how to take down an enemy. He decides to go back to school and think things through. He needs to make sure he has everything he needs. He needs to be ready for anything. He knows the next step is dangerous, but he also knows it's necessary. As John walks back to school, he feels a mix of fear and determination. He knows what he has to do. He has to confront the Red Devils. He has to stop them before they hurt more people. He has to be the hero that Sunnyvale needs. The stage is set. John Smith, the humble janitor, is about to take on the Red Devils. The future of Sunnyvale hangs in the balance. The battle is about to begin. The next day, John goes to school as usual. But today is different. Today is the day he will face the Red Devils. He knows they will be at the school, causing trouble like always. But this time, he will be ready. As the day goes on, John keeps an eye out for the gang. He sees them walking around the school, pushing kids, and laughing. He feels his anger growing. He knows he has to stay calm and focused. Finally, the moment comes. The leader of the Red Devils, 𝗗𝗓𝗏𝗪𝗔𝗠𝗘𝗥, walks into the school. He is big and scary, with a mean look on his face. He starts yelling at the students, telling them to give him their money and phones. The students are scared. They don't know what to do. John takes a deep breath. He knows this is the moment he has been waiting for. He steps out from the shadows, standing tall and strong. Jake sees him and laughs. He thinks John is just a silly old janitor. He doesn't know what John is really capable of. John doesn't say a word. He just stands there, looking straight at Jake. Jake gets angry. He doesn't like being ignored. He takes a step towards John, ready to fight. But John is ready too. Suddenly, John moves. He is fast and strong, just like he was in his Marine days. He dodges Jake's punch and hits him back. Jake is surprised. He didn't expect this from a janitor. But John isn't just a janitor. He is a hero. The fight goes on. Jake tries to hit John, but John is always one step ahead. He uses all his skills and training to fight back. The students watch in amazement. They have never seen anything like this before. Finally, John gets the upper hand. He knocks Jake to the ground and stands over him, victorious. Jake looks up at John, defeated and scared. He knows he has been beaten. The other gang members see their leader on the ground. They are shocked. They don't know what to do. They look at John, and they see the determination in his eyes. They know they can't beat him. So, they run away. The students cheer for John. They can't believe what they just saw. They always thought John was just a janitor. But now they know he is so much more. He is their protector. He is their hero. John looks around at the students. He sees the relief and happiness on their faces. He knows he has done the right thing. He has kept them safe. He has saved Sunnyvale High School from the Red Devils. But John knows this isn't the end. He knows the Red Devils will be back. He knows he has to be ready. He has to keep fighting to keep Sunnyvale safe. And he is ready to do just that. The battle is over, but the war is just beginning. John Smith, the hero of Sunnyvale, is ready for whatever comes next. As the fight ends, the sound of sirens fills the air. The police arrive, rushing into the school. They see Jake on the ground and the other gang members running away. They quickly arrest Jake and chase after the others. The students watch in amazement as the police take control. One of the gang members, a young man with a scared look on his face, is caught by the police. As they put handcuffs on him, he looks at John and shakes his head. "We never thought an old janitor could take us down," he says, trying to laugh. John looks at him and smiles. "Well," he says, "mopping floors is just practice for cleaning up messes." Everyone starts to laugh. The tension in the air breaks, and the students and teachers join in the laughter. They can't believe what they just heard. They never knew John had such a funny side. The police finish arresting the gang members and thank John for his help. They tell him that they couldn't have done it without him. John just nods and says he was only doing his job. As the police leave, the students and teachers gather around John. They thank him for saving the school and for being so brave. John feels a warmth in his heart. He knows he has done something good. He has made a difference. The principal of the school comes up to John and shakes his hand. He tells John that he is a true hero and that the school is lucky to have him. John feels proud and happy. As the day comes to an end, John finishes his work. He sweeps the halls and mops the floors, just like he always does. But today, he feels different. He feels like a hero. He knows he has made Sunnyvale High School a safer place. And so, the day ends with laughter and happiness. The battle against the Red Devils is over for now. But John knows he will always be ready to protect his school and his town. He is John Smith, the hero of Sunnyvale, and he is proud of it. As the days go by, life at Sunnyvale High School returns to normal. The students go to their classes, the teachers teach, and John sweeps the halls. But something has changed. There is a new feeling in the air. A feeling of safety and happiness. John thinks about everything that has happened. He remembers the fear he felt when he first heard about the Red Devils. He remembers the determination he felt when he decided to fight back. He remembers the pride he felt when he stood up to Jake and saved the school. He also thinks about his life as a janitor. He never thought he would be a hero. He never thought he would be the one to save the day. But he did. He showed everyone that heroes can come from anywhere. They can be anyone. One day, as John is sweeping the halls, he sees Emily, a young student who was always scared of the Red Devils. She looks different now. She looks happy and safe. She sees John and smiles at him. John smiles back. Emily comes up to John and thanks him. She tells him that she feels safe at school now, thanks to him. John feels a warmth in his heart. He knows he has made a difference in Emily's life. He knows he has made a difference in everyone's life. John tells Emily that he will always be there to protect the school and the town. He promises her that Sunnyvale will always be safe as long as he is around. Emily smiles and thanks him again. As John watches Emily walk away, he feels proud. He knows he has done something good. He has shown everyone that true heroes can be found in unexpected places. He has shown them that anyone can be a hero, no matter who they are or what they do. And so, life at Sunnyvale High School goes on. The students and teachers know that they are safe. In the quiet of his chambers, the judge reflects on the events that unfolded at Sunnyvale High School. He thinks about John Smith, the janitor who became a hero, and the Red Devils, the gang that terrorized the town. He knows that this case is more than just a simple story of good versus bad. It raises important questions about justice, fairness, and the rule of law. The judge starts by looking at the legal side of things. He knows that the Red Devils broke many laws. They hurt people, stole things, and even sold bad stuff to kids. These are serious crimes, and the gang members deserve to be punished. But the judge also knows that the law is not always black and white. There are many shades of grey, and it is his job to sort them out. He thinks about John Smith and his actions. John did what he had to do to protect the school and the town. But the judge wonders if John went too far. Did he use too much force? Did he put himself and others in danger? These are tough questions, and the judge knows that the answers are not always clear. The judge also thinks about the bigger picture. He knows that this case is about more than just one school or one town. It is about the idea of justice and how we, as a society, decide what is right and wrong. He thinks about how our personal biases can affect our judgments. He knows that he has to be fair and look at all the facts, not just the ones that support his own beliefs. As he reflects on the case, the judge remembers a famous legal saying, "Justice must not only be done, but must also be seen to be done." He knows that this means that the legal system must be fair and transparent. People must trust the system and believe that it works for everyone, not just the powerful or the lucky. The judge thinks about the characters in the story and their motivations. He knows that John Smith was driven by a desire to protect his community. He also knows that the Red Devils were driven by greed and power. But he wonders if there is more to the story. Were there other factors at play? Did the gang members have troubled pasts that led them down this path? These are important questions, and the judge knows that he must consider them all. He also thinks about the societal context of the case. He knows that Sunnyvale is a small town, and that the events of the story have had a big impact on the community. He wonders how this case will affect future cases and societal norms. Will it set a precedent for how we deal with gang violence? Will it change the way we think about heroes and villains? The judge knows that he has a lot to think about. He has to weigh all the evidence and consider all the perspectives. He has to make sure that justice is served, and that the legal system works the way it should. It is a big responsibility, but the judge is ready for the challenge. As he sits in his chambers, surrounded by books and papers, the judge knows that this case is more than just a story. It is a chance to explore the complexities of legal decision-making and the search for truth and justice. And he is determined to do his part to make sure that justice is served. Heroes come in all shapes and sizes. The key takeaway is that true heroes can be found in the most unexpected places. John Smith, a humble janitor, proved that you don't need a cape or superpowers to be a hero. The lesson is to never judge someone by their appearance or job. Everyone has the potential to do great things and make a difference. The action prompt is to think about someone in your life who might be overlooked or underappreciated. How can you recognize and honor their heroic qualities? Standing up for what's right. The key takeaway is that John Smith stood up to the Red Devils because he knew it was the right thing to do. He put his own safety at risk to protect others. The lesson is that doing what's right isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. Standing up for others can inspire them to do the same. The action prompt is to consider a situation where you can stand up for someone or something you believe in. What steps can you take to make a difference? The power of community. The key takeaway is that the people of Sunnyvale came together to support John and each other. Their unity made them stronger and helped them overcome their fears. The lesson is that when people work together, they can achieve great things. Community support and unity are powerful forces for change. The action prompt is that how can you foster a sense of community in your neighborhood, school, or workplace? What activities or initiatives can bring people together? The importance of vigilance. The key takeaway is that John Smith's vigilance and attention to detail helped him gather information and stay one step ahead of the Red Devils. The lesson is that being aware of your surroundings and paying attention to details can help you stay safe and make better decisions. The action prompt is to practice being more observant in your daily life. Notice the small details around you and think about how they might be important. The complexity of justice. The key takeaway is that the judge's reflections show that justice is not always straightforward. There are many factors to consider, and personal biases can influence decisions. The lesson is that justice requires careful thought and consideration of all perspectives. It's important to be fair and unbiased in our judgments. The action prompt is to think about a time when you had to make a difficult decision. How did you consider different perspectives and ensure fairness? The impact of our actions. The key takeaway is that John Smith's actions had a ripple effect, inspiring others and changing the community for the better. The lesson is that our actions, no matter how small, can have a big impact on others. We have the power to inspire and create positive change. The action prompt is to reflect on your own actions and their potential impact. How can you use your influence to inspire others and create a better world? The strength of determination. The key takeaway is that John Smith's determination to protect his school and town drove him to take action and overcome his fears. The lesson is that determination and perseverance are key to achieving our goals and making a difference. The action prompt is to identify a goal or challenge you're facing. How can you stay determined and persevere, even when things get tough? The value of hidden strengths. The key takeaway is that John Smith's past as a Marine sniper gave him the skills and confidence to face the Red Devils. His hidden strengths were crucial to his success. The lesson is that everyone has hidden strengths and talents that can be used to overcome challenges and achieve great things. The action prompt is that what are your hidden strengths and talents? How can you use them to make a difference in your life and the lives of others? The role of mentors and allies. The key takeaway is that John Smith had support from his contact Mike and the local authorities. Their help was essential to his success. The lesson is that having mentors and allies can provide valuable support and guidance. Building a network of trusted individuals can help us achieve our goals. The action prompt is, who are your mentors and allies? How can you strengthen your relationships with them and seek their support when you need it? The legacy of bravery. The key takeaway is that John Smith's bravery inspired the community and left a lasting legacy. His actions will be remembered and celebrated for years to come. The lesson is that bravery and courage leave a lasting impact. Our actions can inspire others and create a legacy that lives on. The action prompt is, How can you leave a legacy of bravery and courage in your own life? What actions can you take to inspire others and create a positive impact? By reflecting on these key takeaways, lessons, and action prompts, we can learn from John Smith's story and apply these insights to our own lives. His journey reminds us that true heroes can be found in unexpected places, and that bravery, determination, and community support can help us overcome even the toughest challenges.